Hello, this is Mark. I work at one of the Apple retail store. Please kindly allow me to be your personal shopping coach. If you might want to buy their latest MacBook Air 2010, I would suggest you should go for the top of the line for both screen sizes, whether the 13-inch or 11-inch. Okay. Firstly, let me clarify a bit more about the differences between the two model, the latest one and the prior one. Okay, what would be the greatest development over the previous generation? If you go for a new MacBook Air 2010, firstly you get more ports. You got two USB ports and one SD card slot for the 13-inch, but the 11-inch lacks the SD card slot. And secondly, you got better pixel density. And this is a very remarkable point because this time, even though you go for the MacBook Air, but you will get exactly the same pixels density provided by the 15-inch screens of the MacBook Pro 15-inch standards configuration. And thirdly, you got better battery life. You got up to 5 hours on a single charge for 11-inch, and you got 7 hours on a single charge for 13-inch. Okay, and fourthly, this time you got iLife 11, and also Apple allow you to reinstall your OS, and it's supposed to be the Lion ones 10.7 in the future directly from the iTunes store. And also no more CD. This time the new MacBook Airs come with small tiny flash drive. Okay, so you can just hook it up to your USB ports on your MacBook Airs and reinstall your software anytime you like without hooking up to an external DVD burners or whatever. So I think it's a great deal. And the graphic cards of the new MacBook Air is twice as fast compared to the old MacBook Air. Okay, and lastly, I think if we categorize two things when we purchase any products, one is values and secondly is productivity. These product lines of the new MacBook Air 2010, they are meant to be made for values. Why? Because I don't see any chance in terms of, due to the processor speed, it's still Core 2 Duo. Okay, the 11-inch is only 1.4. It's extremely slow, bloody slow, and the 13-inch is 1.8. 2 gigs of RAM is standards across the entire line, allows you to increase up to 4 gigabytes of RAM, still DDR3. Okay, and the bus speed is still 1066. Okay, I couldn't find the 1333 ASCII files in the iMac. And better graphic cards, pretty much the same graphic card, which is the NVIDIA GeForce 320M, as the one we found in the MacBook Wise or the 13-inch MacBook Pro. Okay, but we got cheaper solid state hard drive. I think the point is the cheaper solid state drive. If we compare to the top of the line of the standards configurations and compare to the previous generation top of the line, the price is almost like 30%, 35% cheaper. So it's like, I would say, if I would love to say one word to define the new MacBook Air 2010, I would say values, not productivity. Okay, and there are two remarkable points. Firstly, you got more pixel density, same as the pixel density as the 15-inch MacBook Pro. And secondly, the solid state drive is very fast, even faster than the 7,200 RPM drive that we found in the MacBook Pro 15-inch. So let me clarify a bit more. Why did I ask you to go for the top of the line? If you go for the least expensive MacBook Air 2010, which is $999, you will get only 64 gigabytes of storage, which is not going to be adequate for today's tech, for this era. I would suggest you pay a bit more to get 128. Whereas if you go for least expensive 13-inch, you got only 128. So it would be pretty much the same at the equivalence of the one we found in the previous generation, so no point to go for the latest one because the processor is slower. I would suggest you should go for the top of the line, which is 256. Why? Because I think it's a great value. You pay $300 more to get 256. But if you have chosen the 15-inch MacBook Pro, then you go to the custom to orders page. You have to add $450 to get 256. But for the MacBook Air, you add only $300. That means I think in terms of values, it's a great deal to get bigger drive because I think 128 is too small. Okay, so that's the bottom line. So if you want to buy the new MacBook Airs 2010, go for the top of the line of each screen size. Thanks for watching.